Hello, YouTube Live. This is Daniel Faust in Learn and Live, helping you thrive in your relationships from the bedroom to the boardroom. We will be going live here hopefully once a day for the next several years to come as Mevo goes over and empowers us to go over into stream. So thank you for joining. If you join, we do have chat capability because we're doing this one and only stream. If you go over and do any lives and get a chance to go watch this, I'd highly recommend the Mevo camera. It goes over and allows you to live stream to multiple destinations and chat functions as long as you're doing one chat at a time. Alright, so our topic today is freedom and family, the balance between fun and functional. I want to ask you a question. What type of parent are you? I seriously want you to answer this question. So if you can chat in the thread, what type of parent are you? Are you the more fun parent or are you the more functional parent? For myself, I lean more towards the fun, if I had to really look at it. But if I have a chance when I'm in my home, I lean more towards functional parent. And I vacillate back and forth. And for me personally, my kids are very resilient, but without that resiliency and without Christ, they would probably go over and die inside because they'd be a very confused child to go over and say, Dad is a functional parent at home, but when he's outside the home, he's very much fun. He's does these great things. They consider me a great dad, and they go over and love me, and they've said it. So that's the only reason why I can say that, and I can humbly say that they've gone over and said that. But in regards of that, if they went over and saw my life from an adult point of view, they would be really, really, really confused. There's a lot of grace in that particular regard. So we need to go over and balance between fun and functional wherever we go as parents, and especially in the home. So I need to ask you these two questions for you to figure out if you're the fun parent or you're the functional parent. First question, are you more outgoing or are you more task-oriented? If you're more outgoing, you are the person at the, let's say, Southwest Little League game, which I get to actually be live, potentially on ESPN next Monday. So watch the game, watch the game, watch the game. So if you're more outgoing, you're going there because there's a lot of people, it's a lot of energy, it goes over and thrives, and you get to be able to get a lot of things done, and you get to be with a lot of people. So that's the reason why outgoing is good for you. If you're going to the game and you're more reserved, you're going over in the sense that you're probably going for a specific reason to either watch the game alone or to go over and be with certain people alone. And one's not right, one's not wrong, they're just different. So if you see this live or you go watch it on the replay, I want you to hashtag outgoing or hashtag reserve. That will answer your first question. Now the next one, I want you to go over and you have to think this one a little more through. Are you more, let's see if I can do this right. Are you more task-oriented or are you more people-oriented? Sorry, orientation is kind of funny. So are you more task-oriented or more people-oriented? So again, take the same example. You go into the Southwest Little League game and you're more task-oriented. You're thinking about, I need to think about my parking spot. I need to think about what type of food I need to go over and get. I need to think about, do I have enough money to go to the game? Am I going to get out of there on time? Am I going to run into problems if I stay here too late or too early? Am I going to be able to enjoy the game? Am I going to be able to get my seats? Those type of questions come through your mind. If you're on the more people-oriented side, you probably didn't think this thing through. You more than likely went on a whim because either people asked you or you felt it was really fun to go over and to go, and you think your checking account is probably just like when you swipe the card. As long as it swipes and it works great. So you're going there more for the people. You're going there for more of the experience. You're going there more for everything else excluding probably the game. So you're either going for your specific people at hand or the specific reason that you have, and it's all for people. That's what it is. There's a big difference. So now how does that relate to parenting? So if you're more of the fun dad or mom going to the Southwest Little League regional game, which we hope that you all can go or watch, love to connect with you, is that if you're the more outgoing person and you're that parent, you're going to lead more towards the fun. So a budget is a recommendation. A budget is not something that you're going to go over and follow. If you'll go over and you'll justify and figure it out later because you're a very smart person, but at the same time, you're not thinking of the function of it. You might not think of there's parking fees, or there's going to be thousands of people there, or you're going over and thinking like, I'm just concerned about going there and going and having a good time. So you'll go over and adjust. And then if people are not giving you fun, you might become very critical very quick, or become blame shifting, or do something else. Now, if you're the more functional parent at the baseball game, you have a specific agenda at hold, but there's a big factor to factor in. The difference between the fun parent and the functional parent. The functional parent thinks about the objectives and sometimes forgets about the kiddos and their feelings and emotions and their fun. So you'll go over and say, okay, I'm only going to be limited to a $5 budget per kid. This is how long we're going to be at the game. If I ain't enjoying it anymore, I'm going to go over and go. And you think of it as a function. And if the function doesn't go over and fit you, then you might not go over and stay. Or if the kids don't go a certain way, then I'm going to go leave that function. In the extremes on both sides, the fun or the functional parent, in that particular regard, at the Southwest Little League game, or at your house, or in the mall, or at your home, or on vacation, kids will get really confused really quickly, and then they're going to go over and learn to go over and to play one parent or the other for what they want. So we need to balance ourselves, and both parents combined, or if you are a single parent, you need to play double defense in a sense, but all of us do need to learn how to balance between being fun and functional. So I want you to go over, and if you're watching this on the replay, go over and hashtag, are you fun parent or functional parent? And here's the challenge I want you to go over and go do today. If you are blessed to go over and still have a spouse, and hopefully that you do, and if you don't, I'm sorry for your loss, either through divorce or through death, that you go over and take a mirror and go over and look at them. I mean a figurative mirror, not a literal mirror. But go over and look at them like it through a figurative mirror and go over and say, this is who I am. And if they're opposite of you, you need to go over and glean off some of those things and visit there. I'm not telling you to go over and change. God's going over and made you exactly who you are. If you're wired as a functional parent, that means that's going to be your primary motor, and that's the best way to operate for yourselves. But it doesn't mean you operate out of that totality. So, and then vice versa. If you're the fun parent and you have that functional spouse as a parent, then you need to go look at their figurative mirror and go look and say, what do I need to go over and wrestle with to go over and be more functional? For my wife, I've had to learn that a lot. She's more the functional parent. I'm more the fun parent. So, and I don't balance. I'm like, I'm either all fun or all functional. So I got to balance in between. My wife has a better balance between that. Even though she leans more towards more functional, she still balances more on the fun. It's harder for me to go visit the functional and actually just not, and still keep the fun at the same time. So as we is going over and have freedom in our family, so our kids go over and grow well, and then go over and still have fun, because you need to have a balance of those. That's how life goes over and works. We have tasks that we need to do at hand, and then we need to go over and to still have fun amidst of it, because we weren't just wired just to do function or fun. We were wired to go over and do both. And they're supposed to be married together. So go over and take a look at that mirror. If your spouse has left you, if you've gone through a divorce and on death, I am sorry, and I do mourn your loss, because it was already hard enough for me to go over and see my mom and dad get divorced 20 years ago, and that's the reason why we at Learn and Live want you to thrive, from the bedroom to the boardroom, so we can leave no marriage behind, leave no family behind. It's also the title of our books, but that is our heart. So we want you to go over and to thrive. So take a good look. There's always learning qualities that we can learn from a divorce or a death, and go over and say, what were the good things that person was doing while they were there in the midst of the thing, or while they were alive, and if you're still in the single parent mode. If there's nothing to go redeem from that, then go over and find someone else that you think that is a good parent or a good spouse, and go over and mirror off that if they're the opposite type of parent than you are. If you're more the functional and they're more fun, or vice versa. So, alright, so that is it for all. Thank you all for joining. Again, like, comment, and share this. We want to go and grow this brand so we can go over and serve you, the community at large. Thank you, Mevo, for allowing us to go over and stream to multiple modalities. And we will say adieu for tonight.